What's up, wonderful? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. My audio is weird. Shh. Stop. Damon, I'm on a live stream. What are you talking? Stop it. Yes. Can you hear me, Sarah? Thank you, Sarah. I'm not using this. Sarah, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I'm gonna make you a mod too. Hold on. I'm gonna go outside. Let's do that. I'm gonna go outside. It's okay. I can't hear it ever. There's nowhere for me to sit up there. Oh, good. Okay, good. So, Sarah, I'm gonna try to make you. I'm having some technical difficulties right now. I'm gonna make you I'm on. Unless you want to come on, Esmeralda, you want to come join me? Hold on, let me yell at my cat. Sure, Kevin. I'm gonna kill him. Sorry, my cat's bad. Hi, Courtney. Oh, I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave the light. Hold on. Haha. So yeah, what's up, Danny? So my cat just ran out like a little a-hole that he is. Guys, I swear, I think it's, oh my god, it's so bright. I'm dying over here. Don't forget to ask your, what's up, Chance? Don't forget to ask your relationship questions. You can put it in the comment section, or you can DM me on Instagram, or text me if you have my number, whatever you want to do. I do have a couple questions already. I'm gonna check Insta again in a minute. Let's see. Better? Yeah, let's get better. Do you guys hear the cicadas or crickets out here? I do really do feel like Heather right now. I just think Heather really got a job, or is that just like cat? Oh my god, the whole gang is here. The whole. Ooh, here's a mess right now. I'm a mess because you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because I had hibachi. No tofu. They said they couldn't do the tofu. Whatever. But anyways, they have tofu there. But whatever. It's fine. It's fine. You tell them my level of fine if it's fine. Let's try this out. This is actually pretty cool. I got this little kit at Gabe's. You guys have a Gabe's or Gabriel Brothers? Whoa, here I am. Red Book line? The magazine? Oops, hold on. Oops. You mean like the magazine, Chance? That's really funny. I gotta check Insta again. Let me go through my laptop. I swear, I'll get it together. It's like really muggy out here. It feels hot and sweaty and clammy, and our pets' heads are falling off. Yeah, it's just Dumb and Dumber. Okay, that's 2 grades here. I can't get GIT. I can't get it together. You guys, is it hot where you are? Is it like super muggy? Because this is like unseasonal in Ohio. It should be like chilly. Like white girl pumpkin weather should be. Oh, much better. So my panel people, have you watched the haunted toaster thing again? Because I've watched it like 3 more times. I can't get enough of it. Okay, that's much better. No wait. I feel like Wayne's World. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. My other favorite part of Wayne's World is when, I think it was Wayne's World 2. Chance, you've probably been in that or something. But when they were, it was like a concert, and 81 had no AC. Why, Sarah? Very hot in Atlanta. Yeah. They're imploding. Oh no, the Steelers were so great today. Courtney, you would have been nice cooler. Actually, I normally like it hot all the time, but like this has been a bit much, to be honest. And to watch the Steelers fans like sweat today, that's just not, it's not right. The DK. They were. Okay, here's my theory. Okay, I don't want to talk sports because this is about relationships. However, the fancy butt, my client says, there's something about Mike Tomlin and when he goes into the locker room with the team, like for halftime, I don't know what kind of. Okay, I kind of like the Vikings a little bit, Sarah. I don't mind the Vikings, but for some reason, every time Mike Tomlin, the coach of the Steelers, goes in, like during the halftime, like kind of pep talk speech, they come out and they somehow just kind of like perform so much better. I don't know what he tells them. Are guys allowed to watch this? Of course. I prefer men to watch the stream. I just have a lot of female followers sometimes. It just depends. But listen, my cat, if he gets out here one more time, I'm going to brutally mangle him in time to a bowl. No, Chance, you're fine. You know, you might not have the dicky, but you're fine. I'm going to go grab my laptop. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Gays in the military. Okay, we're back. Let's talk amongst yourselves. Cookie, hi. See, Chance, you're not the only guy. Okay, don't forget, ask your relationship questions. But my Heather followers, I don't know how many are here. Drop a little comment if you're a Heather heathen. So I didn't do much else today but watch the Steelers. I walked to the store to get a Red Bull. That's really close, and I wanted to watch. And what else? Oh, I watched some of the Browns, which, sorry, Brownies fans, because they're just never going to do okay. And I cleaned a little bit, and that's about it. Cookie, are you done with school yet, or what? Hi, Alicia. Alicia, you're Heather's heathen, right? I'm pretty sure you are. Alicia, I got your question, didn't I? If it's real, I think it's real. Okay. Sorry about the crickets or the whatever they are. Heather Watcher, of course. Courtney, you will not be done with school until you're almost 40. Hey, that's okay. Honestly, better late than never. But you do get a degree at the end of the semester. Congrats! The breast pumps. You know, I have to give it up because they are ruining it for me. And fairy cicadas. No, for real though. they're gross. And okay, can somebody answer me this? I thought they were only supposed to come out every so many years. So like, why are they coming out like every single year now? Like, what is that? That is good cooking with silence. Congrats. And don't ever feel any kind of shame or anything just because you're going to be almost for an education is something no one can ever take from you. Even if you don't pay your student loans, you get your degree. You don't have to give it back. You want to buy something else, you can still buy something else, but loan debt is like one of the best debts. But also, I taught at Youngstown State University in the social work department, and I would say, so the class I taught was human behavior, and I think it was the first class that you had to be accepted in the school of social work, and almost, I'd say the majority of my students were non-traditional students who got the GI Bill, or Alicia, that's interesting. Yeah, I agree. But who got their GI Bill and actually like now it was their turn to go to school because maybe their kids, they got out of the military, their kids kind of went and it was their turn. Hi, Deanna. Deanna, I wish I could show a picture of your hedgehog. I don't really know how to do that yet, but I would love to. Oh, there's different species. There would be. Well, I was like actually sweeping out here with the broom, and there was like some shells of cicadas that were like this big. And I saw my first huge roach in Youngstown the other night when I was in Youngstown. So Esmeralda, you got your master's a little bit later. See, and aren't you happy you did it though? Yep, and that's a lot of the time that's the case too. People have to go to school. It's hard to go to school and to work at the same time, unless your school is paying for you. If you do like I did the 2-year accelerated program for master's, so it was intense. I also got pregnant during that time, so. You adopted a pygmy? Oh my god, a little piggy. A little pig? Oh. How's Hank gonna do with it? Okay, you guys, first of all, I hope you can hear me okay, but Deanna has this cute little hedgehog. His name is Hank, and he's the cutest little thing on this earth, and she makes these little videos where he eats pizza or I don't even know, a piece of fruit or something, and he goes, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. You're a touring artist? Nice. Cooking, I didn't know that. You're a touring artist for part of your 20s and a bartender, which actually I made way more bartending than I did teaching in Arizona when I taught 1st and 2nd grade. But wow, the professors out there start at 80,000? Nice. Yeah, so the part-time instructors at Youngstown State University in Ohio haven't had a raise in 22 years, and that's why I don't do it anymore, because it's a lot of work, and students are very demanding. I never harassed my teachers and asked when things were going to be due. They came back when they came back. I have some very entitled students that are like, did you grade the papers yet? I'm like, no, because I just got them last Thursday, and it's Monday, so no. And I had students bark about doing group projects, and you're in social work. It's not alone work. It's social work. Oh, wait, my fault. Popcorn, yellow stripe, smile. Popcorn, yellow stripe, smile. Popcorn. Are you turning into a robot? Oh, I can't wait to see the pigment. Yeah, Esmeralda, good for you though. And there are too many swarms, by the way, Alicia. Too many swarms. I know, they're not, Deanna. It's really, really freaking sad. Yeah. There's a comedian that talks about how his mom is Nori Davis. He's one of my favorites. He talks about how his mom will be out, and she'll kind of tell everyone's business. She'll be like, "Oh, hi Tyrone." And she'll be like, "Honey, Tyrone can't even read." And then they get all weird because they see her outside, and he's like, "What do you think?" My mom just charges up, and at the end of the day, goes back into her little closet and charges again. Are you in recovery cooking? Good for you. Thank you, Sarah. Limey! Guys, the whole gang's here. Okay, so relationship questions, don't forget. Let me check my Insta, see if there are any. Okay, so my Heather Heathen. So what do you guys think? I think her and Xavier are like kind of still together casually, but I've always thought this, that if something else comes up for her, she's gonna take it and run. Like if some guy was like, I want to take care of you and let you live in my townhouse or mansion, and she's going. Like there's no way. The only reason she's with Xavier, I think, is because it's convenient and he gets a disability check. Looking, yeah. I mean, they haven't been exactly. Somebody's leaking back there. Sorry, ADHD at its finest. They haven't been really like. Actually, Heather hasn't been posting as much content. She supposedly got a job, but kind of hard to believe. So wait. Oh, nice. Esmeralda, we have a lot of a very similar career paths. So you were residential manager for a small detox facility. Yeah. There's only two things that you can actually die from, withdrawing from. Does anybody know? Other than Esmeralda. So you can withdraw from opiates and it's going to be uncomfortable, but it won't kill you. Yeah, I agree, Alicia. Completely agree. So two things you can die from withdrawing from. Yes, one is alcohol for sure. Does anybody know the other? There's one other. I'll give you a hint. It's not an upper. Okay, Stephen? Yes, Deanna? Congrats. You will get a prize. Yep, Benzos knuckle. Yep. You're right, Alicia. Okay, let me check. So I know, Alicia, that was your question, right? About the nails? Tell me if I'm right. Alcohol is the most dangerous and the most accessible, so that's one of the hardest to quit. That's why. Steven, probably nobody here wants to buy your OnlyFans, but welcome. Heather used to have one, and it was a family-friendly OnlyFans. She said. Okay, was it serious, Alicia? Because we'll totally address that. Okay. So let me check my other questions too. I have a couple thoughts on that. We do sometimes, especially like Ativan, because it's one of the safer, not as like they say, not as addictive. Although benzos, if you get dependent, they're pretty quickly easy. It was just for fun. Okay. Well, I was wondering because I thought you said that because of Heather, but also sometimes guys are weird about stuff like that. So, but that is really funny. I had a really funny dad joke where I was gonna say, if he doesn't like the press-ons, you can tell him to just pull off or something like that. But I just thought it was kind of funny. I think it could be a weird thing for guys, especially I guess in the bedroom when just like girls have nails that keep falling off. That's kind of creepy and traumatic, right? No problem, Esmeralda. Chat moves quick sometimes. You're fine. Okay. I really hate social media, but I will go to Instagram just for this kind of like process. Oh, I have some. Oh, that's funny. I have my Halloween horror movie stuff up from yesterday. Okay. Oh, that's okay, Esmeralda. You don't have to be fast. I never remember my password. That hat dog. That hot dog. The hot dog. The hot dog. How about when she was obsessed with, was it Kona hot dogs or something? Hot dog. How great did my son do in the last video? You know, we did not edit not once. It was just the first take. And I let him watch the Xavier like TikTok video one time, and he like nailed it somehow. Hot dog. Deanna, do you want a hot dog? Do you? Do you want to pray to God for a hot dog? Oh, it's not my Bowser. Being my existence. No, don't say that. Okay, let me try to lock back in. No. I hate you so much. Holy hot diggity dog. I really can't stand when she says, if something recently she said that I was just like, back in the day, when I'm going to curate some content, so let's curate Boopy McBooperson. What's up, Snark and CS? Well, Deanna, you're going to school for, okay, but aren't you going to school for mental health treatment, I thought? Yeah, the O's. Alicia, I think it's over the top sometimes for her attention because she's attention seeking. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes there are people in Chicago, they do Illinois, they do, have that sound, which is like a Michigan air, like my mom and stuff like that. But or like a Cleveland even sometimes. Like yeah. But hers is over the top. What was the other thing that she said? That was like, other than her kids. You live in Chicago, Alicia? Oh, dude, you ever see her in the wild? No one sounds together. See? Thank you. Thank you. That's because she's over the top. What else does she say that's really weird? Etc. and so forth. Oh, nice, Deanna. You know what I did? I'll give you a little advice. So, I had an education degree. I wanted to go back to my master's and help like families because I had a bunch of kids that were like basically homeless in Arizona. Couples of, oh, that's a good question, Chance. Can couples with different political beliefs stay together long? I've seen this I've done some couples counseling, and I've seen this a few different ways, and I have my own views. But what do you guys in chat think? I think it should be really kind of off the table. Don't talk about it. I don't know. The Gold Coast area, yeah, that's where I think Xavier's family is from, right? Oh, when she mentions your neighborhood, you're not from the south side by like where Kanye grew up, are you? You know what? My parents both just passed within like the last, like just over a year, within 6 months of each other. And they were married for, I think it was 58 years, I'm pretty sure. 56 maybe. But yeah. And the reason why my mom died was because my dad died 6 months earlier, so. Yeah, Alicia, I would get pretty nervous too, although I kind of get excited too. Kanye lived in, I don't know, he was on the south side, kind of, I think, by where they filmed the outside of the house for Shameless. But he was definitely south side of Chicago, for sure. I have a picture on my water bottle of his house. Thank you, Chance, I appreciate that. It's been a rough year, for sure. Yeah, I know. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know, Esmeralda. I like couples counseling. I actually, you know what? I never did. When I was getting my divorce, I didn't like it. But then after reading like the 5 love languages and finding that a lot of couples just need to get like on the same page and seeing like some reward. Then I kind of liked it, and then I became the go-to LGBTQ plus um, therapist because there aren't any really around here, and you know, it's couples counseling, no matter the gender. So I just use the same theories and kind of like concepts, and it went really well. True, but you know what, Alicia, in the old days, people didn't have social media or so much like kind of in your face content too. You know many women who will date people that are Republicans. So that's a good question too. Okay, so Chance, I actually had a couple. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Let me skip back. I had a female. She was coming to me. She's actually, I don't treat her anymore. She's actually become like one of my friends because she's amazing. She's like in her 70s. Her and her husband had very different political beliefs, and there was a lot of fighting because he would donate money to people who she felt did not need money. For instance, she got a notice in the mail that said, "Thank you for your donation to Mitt Romney," and she was like, "He doesn't need my money," and she freaked out. The T-shirt that they sent her for donating, she took it out in the driveway, ran over it back and forth, got tire marks all over it, and then I asked her what she thought about asking him that if he donated to Mitt Romney, the agreement was that she was able to donate to her favorite charity, which was the veterans, the VA, because her father stormed Normandy. It was really pretty cool. So that was the deal. I don't think he had his bargain all the time, but yeah, I know, right? But also, so her husband also was a Trump supporter, and she's anti-Trump, and this was a lot of turmoil. And I said, how about if the rule is for a while at least, especially during election season, at home, we just don't bring up, especially like at dinner or while we're eating, politics at all. I could see that, Deanna, because it is hard. And plus, the other thing is some people think that their beliefs, whatever their perspective is truth. And with religion, a lot is a belief system. Some can be proven, I guess not. No religion can certainly be proven completely all the way around. So it doesn't mean that it's right. It means it's what's true to you and what you feel. So like, how can you argue something that's just subjective? That's my theory. Hi, Freeside. How are you? How many 1,000 push-ups does a man need to be able to do in order to date you? Ballpark. Who, me? I've been doing my push-ups in my handstands, so oh no. But I'm not really. I haven't worked out in a while, so I feel like I'm a little bit weak because I actually had I pulled my quads at adult kickball because we went to the playoffs. But they're healing, so it's a lot better now too. And I'm still teaching hip hop. So if I didn't teach hip hop, I would murder. Thanks, Deanna. I think so too. Is it rude to ask your wife to bring you a barbecue plate if you bring her one too? What do you mean? Like if you were at a party? I don't think that's rude at all. Yes. Thank you, cooking. And without the wall now too. I've actually been practicing. So I'll get in a handstand and just start doing push-ups. Freeside. I think I've seen it before. Try it, cooking. I do handstands like for meditation too. So no, I don't think, Chance. What do you guys think? I think like if you go to a party, and I think that's perfectly acceptable. I kind of want to bring my partner something. Hey honey, fix me a plate. I think that's okay. I don't know. So there's something too that's I read, and there's something called the 4 Horsemen of Communication. Thanks, Esmeralda. And there's actually let me see. I'm drawing a blank. So the guy, he's like the godfather of relationships. Oh my God, Esmeralda, help me! I'm drawing a blank. He does the 4 Horsemen of Communication. He does. Hold on. I have I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, I think that's fine, Chance. Especially so. Anyway, so my point about that was that Doctor starts with a G. Gottman. Okay, there we go. So Gottman. Sorry, and Um, Gottman says that we do these things called bids, like where we like might like take a bid, like try to like it's like give and take. It's receive and give and receive. So a lot of times, like if you're let's say going to grab some ice water from the kitchen, it's like, hey, I'm gonna grab ice water. Do you need anything? So it's just like trying to like show that you're being mindful of that. And I think that's a good rule, and I always do that. Yeah, unless you're like, hey, woman, fix me a plate. That's like, I don't know. Yeah, you guys should look it up though. The Gottman Four Horsemen of Communication theory is a very cool concept where it talks about if you do these certain things during an argument or conversation within a relationship or just over time, then you're gonna it's gonna be destructive. So one is criticism. So if you're criticizing, the other is stonewalling or completely ignoring. Like if someone's like, I need to talk to you about something important, and you're like watching football. Defensiveness, where you're like, okay, well, you know what, you didn't do the dishes. Well, you didn't take the trash out. Like, or like, here we go again. I don't do anything right, kind of stuff. And then there's contempt, which is like, oh, are you gonna cry? Because, oh, look him up, Esmeralda. Okay. Yeah, he does a lot of cognitive behavioral stuff too, but he also talks about a lot of like relationship theories, and he says that he can tell within 98% if a couple is going to make it or not based on the way they communicate. Is it wrong to hug someone else who is not a relative besides your partner? No, if that's a common way that you greet people, and if it's in the right context. I mean, if you're at a strip club, no. But if you're like somewhere and then you introduce your partner to them, like, oh, this is Sarah, we went to college together, I think that's different. Yes, he had the Love Lab. Yep, he did. And he wrote a lot of books. There's one really good one that he wrote. Yeah, I'm a hugger too. I like to hug too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it also too. It depends on like your level of, I think, trust. Like, um, like say for example, if you just went over a whole circumstance where somebody was cheating and there's like a lot of maybe trust issues, then maybe hold off on any physical affection for a while, just until they become more confident that you can gain that trust back. So I think it's case by case, of course. Contempt was the worst. Yeah. I mean, and it is bad. I would say, I mean, they're all bad, but definitely contempt, yeah. And that's like the huge, long, passive aggressive behavior, because that just creates the anxiety yarn ball of like, at least if someone's direct and they say, this is what's upsetting me, I'm not really ready to talk about it, but let's talk about it later, then you can like put it to the side and revisit. Whereas if you do the passive aggressive, like silent treatment, then that person's yarn ball of anxiety is just rolling, because it's like, what did I do this? What did I say? Did I do? And then you have to guess, and that makes it just so much worse. So I think too, I don't know if you guys agree, but direct is better than, I'm just not a game player. How can you cope with a partner? Look, actually, these are good, Chance. Peace make you crazy. Ooh. Alicia, I call that a was friend. How can you cope with a partner who you suspect is bipolar? Well, here's what you don't do. If you're not, even if you are able to diagnose, don't come out and say, my God, you're so moody. What are you, bipolar? Because people do diagnose bipolar when they say, oh, well, one minute she's like happy and fun, next minute she's not. No, that's not bipolar. That's the ability to regulate your mood. And sometimes people have a hard time doing that. And that's sometimes a symptom of depression. But bipolar would be the long periods of maybe like 2 weeks up all night, every night, not one night of sleep, making foolish business decisions. I had a woman that spent like $3,000 of her mom's money at Chico's, and she was like very like frugal. She was a single woman, lived with her elderly mom. Took her mom's checkbook, by the way. Chico's was like, yeah, I have the check, we're fine. And bought thousands and thousands of dollars for the clothes she didn't need. And so we had to figure out a plan on how she was going to either take some back. She's like, I'm embarrassed. I'm like, well, your mom didn't ask for you to spend that money. So, but also there's a lot of factors. Gunfire recently. Oh man, in California cooking, because I mean I hear some gunshots here around here, but I mean it's more so like by my parents' house in Youngstown, like where they actually left me a house. But no, yeah, there's no stigma. I'm sure. Yeah, isn't it, Deanna? Because that's what it becomes. It's like it's just like you just add layers upon layers. It's almost like the paranoia or the excessive warrior, where like someone doesn't text them back, and at first it's like, they're probably just busy, and then it becomes like, okay, what did I do? I had to do something wrong, and then it becomes like, great, what am I going to wear to the funeral? Now they're probably dead because I haven't heard back from them. It's like that. It just layers and layers and layers from the unknown. Oh yes. Chance, where are you getting these questions? Well, Shannon, what's up? How are you? Where are you getting these good questions? That's a good one, too. How do you cope with a pill popper whom you love? Okay, that's, yes, they are. But Alicia, very good advice. People really underestimate the power of Al Anon. It doesn't mean you have a problem, it means you love someone that has a problem, and it's a good way to gain insight and ideas to normalize what you've been through and what you experience, and to connect with other people who have been through and have the empathy because they have experienced the same exact thing. So Al-Anon is really, I mean, in grad school we had to go to an Al-Anon meeting, an AA meeting, we had to do therapy, and we had to do, I forget one other thing, but it was so helpful, all of them, to be honest, because my sister's an addict and she just got finished with a state-funded retreat, I believe. So it's nice way to say she got out of jail. Shannon, I don't know if Jam always has a smile on their face, but like because of their little emoji, that's how I picture them to look in real life. Like I don't know. So yeah, so that's a really good, but also delicately, Chance. I think that's how you cope too, because if you instantly come out the gate accusing, so there's a lot of phrases. I know people like they bark at the whole like the cheesy I phrases or whatever. It's like not working right here. But so there's things that you could say like, I'm not saying you do or you don't have a problem. I'm just saying here's some things I've observed. Now you chime in and let me know like what's going on, from there. Because then too, it's not like accusatory, but it's also not pushing it under the rug. So it's like, so if you say, because it's true too, I'm just wondering what's going on. Here's what I've seen. And sometimes the whole bipolar and pill popper go hand in hand because they're self-medicating. He discouraged you, Deanna? Why? Because that's interesting. Because he wanted to still use, maybe? Interesting. Doesn't seem like anytime anyone is like withholding possible support or like if they get upset if a partner progresses, then that's definitely a red flag for sure. Good questions, Chance. Anybody else have questions? I'm still trying to check Instagram. Wow, really good questions. So I have my MSW, LISWS, LICDC, and CS actually, because I'm about to have that, which is a super. Okay, so it's a master's level of social work. This is just in Ohio and working on PA right now. Master's level of social work, independent license, clinical social worker with supervision endorsement, and an independently licensed chemical dependency counselor with supervision endorsement that the CS I'm working on too right now. So, oh, his addiction progressed into gambling, so it became more of a behavioral addiction, which is hard to treat too. I just think it's funny because I went to a gambling addiction workshop, and they started out. They're like, "Any idea where gambling starts?" Like looking around the room, he's like, Chuck E. Cheese, which is kind of funny. Or straight orders. He was clean for 10 years but began compulsively gambling while caring for his terminally ill father. Stonewalling. Oh, that's so sad, Dan. I'm sorry. Is he the one that had Hank too? That's the thing too. Like, I understand caring for your terminally ill father is hard, but that's not the only reason. You're self-medicating. Why aren't you turning yourself into resources that are taking advantage of resources that can actually help you? There are a lot of, actually, I thought about getting certified in gambling addiction too. I have a couple gambling clients right now, actually. Chuck E. Cheese is a casino for kids. You're right. They have one window. I freaking love our kids. Oh, I'm sorry, Deanna. Are you serious? For real? Hank the Amazing Hedgehog? The magical hedgehog? What's wrong? Okay, red flag there, too. I have my boyfriend's sleeping in the other room, but I have issues with him not fighting fair. That is pretty funny, Deanna. You know what? Well, good deal then, because he's freaking adorable. I show my son videos all the time. He loves them. Yeah, so you guys should look up to what fighting fair entails, because there's a lot of. Does anybody know any characteristics of fighting fair? I'll give you one: no name calling. You can point out behaviors, but you can say you're acting like a dick, but don't call him a dick. How am I going to do this to get an Instagram and I don't know the password for that my TV comedy one? Sucks. Let's see. Let me try this. Actually, two of the main things, chance that couples fight over are sex and money. Power, control. No threats, that's a good one. Alicia. No belittling, yes. No name calling and criticizing. Another fighting fair tactic would be not using any of the you always or you never. No cherry picking. Not like, okay, well you didn't, put the car in the garage. Like, okay, well 2 years ago, you didn't wipe the car off when it snowed. There's no. We're not doing that. That's fine. If you have a problem with that, we should have talked about that. We can talk about it another time. But right now, we're talking about you in the car in the garage, whatever. Yeah, it's seriously threats. Like I always say, don't threaten that you're going to Dallas if you're not going to Dallas, which means divorce. Don't say let's look into divorce if you're not willing to look into divorce. No statements. No, I mean you can have the statements but you could also tell them how you feel when you do something. So rather than saying like, you know, you drink too much, it's like I just feel a little bit worried or sometimes embarrassed when you do things when you go over the top and you might black out when you drink too much. But oh, that's a good point, Chance. If you're no longer excited by your partner, it may be time to move on or attracted to. I have a client that didn't have sex with her husband for 9 years. 9 years. Mm-hmm. That's a long time. I'm a Scorpio, so like 9 hours is a long time. Yeah. So also there's another element of fighting fair. Um, don't push something completely under the rug, but you don't have to badger someone like we have to talk about this right now because there's usually one or the other. I'm more of a let's talk about it, get it over with. Um, I guess my boyfriend is too, but not tenderloin. um, but sometimes, so it's good to have a happy medium. Like, listen, I'm a little upset. I'm gonna go for a walk. It's like 8 p.m. How about if I come back in about 45 minutes and we talk about this a little bit more? Is that okay? And give it a time frame too. Just say like, okay, let's talk about this for about 15 minutes. If we still haven't resolved, let's talk about it again on Friday. If you have a hobby that your partner dislikes, a constant source of friction and name calling. Well, the name calling should never happen. Yeah, I'd agree. Time for couples therapy, but also that's the thing. It's part of the sacrifice. I hate. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to say hate. I never had an interest in golf. My boyfriend is like a little old man, even though he's much younger than me, and he is obsessed with golf. I mean, like very good though. Could be like almost semi-pro. So I do have to watch a lot of golf, and it's not very fun. But also, my daughter plays golf, which is like, so I do know a little bit more about it. But also, I'll just say like, listen, I will compromise with you. We can watch body camera videos because I don't really mind body camera videos. They're not my favorite, but I don't mind them. But he would watch golf all the time, all. the time. I mean, I know golfers swim, but here's the secret. This is where I got him to watch Let's Golf. I have to just whisper because he's right there. So he gets jealous sometimes. I think a bug just went on my nose. And so what I started doing is picking it because I know certain golfers, like for instance, there's one named Morkowski. He is an Asian, I think he's Korean. He's super buff, like really cute. So I'll just be like, oh my God, you know what? Morkowski's kind of hot. Do you think like, I don't know, he's looking good, right? And then he's like, oh, and I'll like change it. So oh, I'll beat the time. I'll beat the time. I'll beat the time. I don't really know what that means. But anyways, yeah, so if I start saying the golfers are hot, then he doesn't make me watch it as much. It works. I'm serious. Like, for real. I know, right? Thank you. And so the other thing is, so there's this other one that he just won like the big cup. I forget what his name is. But anyways, yeah, the baseball pitcher. See, that's funny, but I do like baseball, Alicia. Yeah, but I really like there are some good look like you guys should look him up. He really is kind of hot. But then yeah, so then I'm like, how did Maury do? Like calling him nicknames, like for short. How did my Maury do? And then he's like, Oh, that's pretty smart too. So how do you guys deal? Let me ask this: how do you deal with a Schwarber baseball crush? Aw, he went to the Phillies. Oh, I don't like the Phillies because I'm a Pirates fan. It really triggered the hedgehog. I'm sure it did. Took a beat when you said that. Oh, and I said always. I should say often. I shouldn't use always or never. Yeah. Well, yeah, I took a pause. Yeah. The Philly Stadium. Well, it's kind of funny because so Dana, we have Andrew McCutchen back again, and the Phillies love McCutchen. So during the Pirates game that I went to this year, all of like these Phillies fans had like McCutchen on, and then McCutchen was actually our pinch runner or a pinch hitter or something. He got out there and instantly hit a home run, and like is the reason pretty much why. Oh yeah, I could see that, Dana. The only other stadiums I've really been to, of course, the Guardians or Indians, whatever, but because my dad was a Guardians fan. Um, what's up, Danny? But of course the Pirates because that's the most beautiful stadium ever. And I've been to the Cincinnati Red Stadium to watch the Pirates, even though they lost when I went. But it was a nice stadium. I have a little flying pig there. Let me try to get my Instagram. Let me see if there's other questions. I doubt there are, but I still want to get them there. So a book that you guys can read relating to the 5 love languages, and that will actually change your life. And I don't even care if it's like in a relationship, but even just relationships with like either your children or like your nieces and nephews or anything at all, is the 5 love languages. And there's a really good kind of carve out book called the 5 love languages for men. I think I have it right in the next room. And it is stellar. It gives you examples. Like, let's say you take the assessment and your significant other, your female partner says, it comes out that like, usually there's 2 primary love languages that are like our primary. So maybe hers are positive affirmations and like physical touch. It gives the guys examples of what you can do to actually speak to those languages. So, it gives you like, you should do this, like specifically. And there's one about kids too. About love language and found out I need to hug him a lot more. Alicia, that's nice. My son's very lovey-dovey, affectionate. My daughter does not want hugs and kisses. She just, I think hers is more positive affirmations and gifts. I think she likes, like, even little things. Like, I just got her a little sanitizer and little kitty sanitizer holder from Bath & Body Works. That's really sweet, though. How old's your son, Alicia? Thanks, Danny. Thanks for sharing. Danny, did you ever read the 5 love languages? You might have. It's been on the bestseller list for like ever. Acts of service. I think mine are quality time. And 22. Oh, that's nice. My nephew is a G-spot real or is it a myth? That's $1 million question. What do you guys think? Because, I mean, it's actually a thing for some, I think, and not for all, I think. But it's a good question. I do believe it is a real thing, but I think it's almost like, no, it's almost like an appendix. Some people don't need it, some people do. I don't know. Yeah, it's real. And if you have a female that is satisfied, then you know that you hit it usually. I think. Often satisfied. If you can find it. It's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle, I guess. Oh, Alicia. Wait, your husband or your husband? What's up, Mike Harper? Aw, thanks, Mike Harper. We're talking about relationships. Have you ever read the Five Love Languages? Yep, take an anatomy class for sure. It's like the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, that's what I said. Well, that's the thing. Remember, we talked. I think we talked a little bit, Chance, about on the one podcast about Dr. Ruth and how what she brought, and how like people don't really talk about sex stuff as much. Current husband. That's why he's your current husband, Alicia, huh? You were not typing Bermuda Triangle as I said it. All right, let's see. Let's try and get in here now. No, let's see. I might have to pause you guys for a second. Let me see if I can do this so I can get in my Instagram through my phone. So I had a client who is female and she was gorgeous. Had some infidelity issues in their marriage with on both sides. There was like he cheated and she retaliated with some like revenge cheating, which it never works out. That's not ever a good strategy. Although they are good now, but she asked me how, and I mean she was probably a little bit. Honestly, she was probably my age. Very successful. She was a teacher. Asked me how she could because her husband would get mad that she never would initiate sex. So she asked me how physically, like, how do I initiate or let him know that, like just initiate so he feels good that like I desire it too. So I literally had to guide her through. I'm like, look, I said, look, you could probably pretty much do almost anything. Like the idea of him rejecting you is pretty slim. And I said, like, what does he like? What does he like in general? And I said, do you think he would find it sexy? Why don't you just honestly put on his, like, one of his work shirts and that's it. And, like, lay on the couch with him. Like, that's all you have to do. And then I was like, well, I mean, if he likes superheroes, throw on a little Wonder Woman costume. It doesn't hurt anybody. His presence is needed in the bedroom. That's great, Alicia. It's like an announcement, like, excuse me, your presence is needed in the bedroom. Oh, really? Ew, the Chiefs. I'm so sorry. They need to stop being good. And Mahomes, he needs to stop being cute. I can't stand him. Some women are clueless about how to initiate sex, but they're just, I don't. But also to me, I mean, they had 2 kids too. So it's almost like if they're not that comfortable, a lot of times I suggest just honestly, I had a couple and I suggested and they did it and they were so much better. A weekend just away anywhere and, you know, kids are being babysat by grandparents or something like that. You have nothing to worry about. There's no tasks, there's no chores. You could just be together, like quality time, putting phones away. That's right. You are Chance. That's right. I forgot. Steelers did great today. Really did. I'm a born flirt. I'm a Scorpio, Esmeralda. So, yep. Or just be naked under the cover. Honestly, I mean, you could pretty much, honestly, if you nodded to him and said, "You wanna?" I bet he'd say, "Yeah." Like, take a risk. But also, I mean, yeah, anything. For all the guys out there, let me give you a little advice too. A massage typically does lead to something more if you're good at them. Just saying. So, I mean, a girl's never going to say no to a massage. Never. I don't think. Danny watches wrestling, but he says wrestling in a cute little. That's the way my mom used to say it, wrestling. Seahawks fan. Interesting, Mike Harper. Do you live in Washington? Wait, yeah. Washington? Wrestling. Yeah, I love all sports. I love all sports. I love playing sports. I love watching sports. I played women's flag football sometimes. In fact, when my boyfriend and I just went to the Outer Banks, he's like, I had no idea you had an arm like that. And I was making catches where I was like literally like rolling in the sand and like catching them on the ground. It was amazing. Like, I looked better than the Browns, to be honest. Massage porn too. True. That's true. That's a big thing here. Honestly, too, I've heard every kind of like when people say, "Oh, I have a fetish." I'm a therapist. I've heard a lot of it. It won't leave you alone. Maybe you leave it alone. That's funny. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna try to put this. I'm gonna try to log in a StreamYard. I don't know if this will work. It probably won't work. I could always just maybe turn my camera off for a sec. Yeah, I don't really understand the feet fetish thing that much, but I do have a lot of clients that have said they did have something like that. Some of what we hear, you do not want us to say. Very true, very true. I don't know why the feet. Maybe because they're hidden a lot, and so like, or they're just like kind of, I don't know, really sacred because if girls have ugly feet, then it's game off. I don't know. I don't know. Drake teaches them. I mean, I've heard that's one time I had a client that was like, you've been treating me for a few years. I've been doing really well with my addiction, but I just need you to know I do have a little fetish. I was like, okay, what is it? And he's like, I like feet. And I was like, that's it? No, like balloon porn? Do you like girls to stomp on you with their feet? Because I have a guy that does that. Well, okay, so Alicia, he might not have any fetishes or kinks, but what's something he always wanted to do with you that, like, maybe, even something, I know it sounds cheesy, but, like, just, like, sex on the beach where it's not, like, public, but it's like, my feet never stink, chance, ever. Ask my boyfriend, ask my son, never. Feet coming out of alien butts. That's common. Cooking. There's a King of the Hill episode. I just watched a King of the Hill episode where Bobby's mom like beat the crap out of him in like front of his friends and stuff. Just like, let's go, Bobby. What's up, Lobo? We're talking about fetishes and sex. Oh, you have a migraine? I'm sorry. Alien butts. Sorry to my voice. It was fun, but he said he could take it or leave it. Really, there's got to be something that he's always wanted you to wear. I love costumes. I love them. Or like, there's got to be something. Maybe he always wanted to do it like, kind of in public. Maybe like in a public stairway or something like that. Oh, feel better, my flock. What if there's somebody whose fetishes are people with migraines? No, I'm just kidding. I had a client who would pay girls money, cash, to stomp on them. Mm-hmm. Epsom salts are great. You know, Deanna, that was like one of the first, like medications or any kind of like anything for ailments for sore muscles. Acid reflux, man, you guys, I'm so sorry. I don't get that. The one time I really had heartburn was when I was pregnant. That's why I know I was pregnant. Because I never get it. I was at the gym and I was like, what was that? There's certain perfumes women wear. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wear really good perfume. Ronda Rousey. Yeah. Professional with some Popeye arms. I love watching MMA fights. Actually, did you just watch the recent one? What was the one? The Russian girl that won? She was amazing. They're opening a girls MMA gym around here in Youngstown. Actually, I want to be like into girls wrestling. I want to be like the next, like, not like China, but not like super beefcake, but like I just think it's so cool. Yep, just naked. Exactly. No, that's the thing. That's what. So I literally had to like role model for her, and this is kind of funny in the session. I was like, so if you're just like cuddling, you could just reach over and just start rubbing his leg, and pretty soon, I bet kitchen's open. Yeah, I think so too. Thank you, Cookie. I agree. It's something about like just, and they're nicer than the male MMA fighters, because the girl in Russian actually told the girl, I think in her own language, in Spanish, like, I like that we didn't talk smack before this. We just fought the old-fashioned way. We didn't have to go into like a whole like trash talking sessions. I guess you would say the kitchen. I know. That's what I tell the boyfriend all the time. I'm like, kitchen's always open. Oh, that's funny. It's true though. It's true. Like, so I had to show her how to like, just if they're cuddling, how to like touch her husband's leg and stuff. And I think they did well, because after that, she didn't really have to come back all that much. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree, Cooking. There's just something. So there's a little girl around here. So I know her dad is a single dad, and he's a social worker, also in recovery. Really good guy, just a great person. And she is my son's age. I'm sorry, she's like, I think a year younger than my son. She's 13, and she's gone so far with boxing. This little girl crushes it. It's so great to watch her like progress. And her mom abandoned her, and then her dad raised her, so it's really nice to see them bond too over that. Like, I used to watch boxing with my dad every Saturday. Like, he would have salt and vinegar chips, and I would have orange sherbet, and we would watch boxing like every Saturday. And I love watching boxing. I've taken some boxing lessons too. It's really fun. My arms, it hurt to wash my hair. Next day, I was like, how on earth does that hurt so bad? Oh, I got an award, you guys. So I teach at the Y, and someone submitted me for this like it's called like, I forget, like five, I forget what it is, but it's just like taking 5 minutes to like call someone out for good customer service. I have a feeling it's this one woman that took my class. She's like 70 something. She's like, is this twerking? I'm going to show my husband this. And I was like, yes, Carol, that's twerk. Good way to go. But I don't know if it's her or not, because it's anonymous. But so I got this big award, and it's like I got a pin and a big thing that says like, you're making a difference, and it's really nice. Yes, of course we've seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High. A girl telling her gal pal how to give head using a carrot as a visual aid. That's funny. That too is like, you can't go wrong. You're not going to do it wrong. As long as you're there and you're doing something, typically, for the most part, I'd say, it's going to be okay. Cold pizza's still pizza. I mean, it's right. I think people just think too much into it. Just like, let yourself be free if you're comfortable with someone too. That's the other thing. Oh my god, that's a big moth. Oh. It's a really big moth. I'm gonna have to go in soon. I can't take this. Bite marks are wrong. Not for some people. Not for some people. To each its own. Right. Right, Esmeralda? I mean, it can't, I don't know if it could ever even be kind of bad, really. Like, oh, Alicia, common mistake, I'm sure. That's so fun. Yeah, why is it called that? Oh, wow. True, but it is very confusing to one. True, very true. That's so funny. I just like that there's this one Tyga song where the lyrics are, I like blowjobs and I'll be your, like, I like blowjobs, you can be my employer, or something like that. I forget. No, yeah. Same goes the other way. You're right, Chance. That's Cardi B sings about that. If you guys need to learn it a lot about what some women want you to listen to Cardi B. Or Megan Thee Stallion. She says, eat me out while I'm watching anime. Looking for a Sasuke? I don't even know what that means. You shouldn't be watching anything if you're getting something like that. But it's just me. There's a guy I know called Sports Center because apparently he was in a frat and some girl was like going down on him and he was watching Sports Center as she was doing it. So they nicknamed him Sports Center. Instagram, I hate you so much. Let's try this. See, why don't I write my password down? Maybe I did on my password spreadsheet. Let me see. Penthouse forum route. No, it's okay. We're all adults here. Penthouse is funny. I did watch the Hugh Hefner like documentary. Some of it. It was pretty good. It was interesting how he got started and stuff. He really wasn't just a pig. I mean, he really did value the art of like boudoir and stuff like that, which I would love to do if I had the money to do it. I don't, but I would love to do photography, like the boudoir photo shoot. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wait, maybe I do have it. Oh. Let's see if this works. See, I have a spreadsheet of my passwords, which is great. No, it's not the Penthouse route. Although some people here might not know what Penthouse is because internet porn's so available. What do you guys do if you have a partner who is constantly on their phone? How do you deal with that? Oh, my is right, Danny. Listen, if you can't take the heat, you gotta get out of the kitchen, but the kitchen's always open, just so you know. What if your partner lets themselves go and their appearance changes for the worse? That's a really touchy, that's a approach with kids club, but really good question. That kind of did happen to me with my ex-narcissisty. That's a really good one. My first husband had a Playboy collection that you might have. Oh, that's awesome, Esmeralda. But see, you didn't care, like you weren't jealous, right? Because it's like really, because it's art too. It's artistic, honestly. I know, like I sound like that. Like I'm reading for the articles, but it's true. So what do you guys think? I would say addressing it from the health angle would be better. That's just me. So, for instance, sensitivity, yeah, it's a very sensitive, or changed for the worse because of a medical condition. That's true too. So if you do take a vow, if you're married, and that's kind of in the vows, but that's really good. I mean, maybe trying to incorporate like, let's say if it's okay. So I'm thinking you're talking about like weight gain. So maybe incorporating or trying to join something that involves both of you. Like, I know it sounds silly, but like I love playing pickleball, and it's actually a pretty good workout. So something that you can both do, or like maybe buying a gym membership for the both of you. Like for instance, my boyfriend and I have a gym membership. It's literally down the street. It's 24/7, and we both use it all the time. We go together. He meets two of his guy friends there. I go by myself sometimes late at night, like if I can't sleep because it's 24/7, and it's great. It's like something we could both do, whatever time, together without, whatever. But maybe something like that, or honey, let's get mountain bikes. Awesome. Hi, Keebler. Oh, I understand, Keebs. So nice to see you, though. Honey, let's go mountain bikes. Well, no, or like trying to find something they've always wanted to do or try, but just never. Like, for instance, like, I mean, I like old school roller skating. I know it sounds silly, but like just something that's active. Like, my boyfriend and I are like, he loves golf. I love just working out in general, and dancing and stuff like that. But I also like I said, I play dog kickball and flag football and stuff like that. I know, isn't it? It is good. I call her Keebs. I call her like DJ's Deej, like it's little house. And she doesn't sugarcoat. She doesn't. She's direct. She's actually, if you look into the four horsemen of communication, she does not. She's not passive aggressive. She's just direct, and that's a good thing. That's a really good question, though, Chance. Especially, and it could go both ways, too. Male and female, I think. What do you guys think about someone being on their phone too much? What do you think a good strategy would be for that? Being in a relationship sounds nice, but have you tried an essential oils diffuser in silence? Are you an oil person cooking? Are you one of the oil women that are like, I have the oil for you? It's called peppermint oil. Beer guts and man boobs? Sure, absolutely. I can answer anything, just don't call me late for dinner. Nice. Cooking with silence, that's why I was single for like a year and a half. Was it almost? It was probably a little over that, probably a year. And then I met my boyfriend, so I was fine. I was like, I got my 2 cats, I got my kids. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't have to answer to anyone because I'm a lollygagger. I could go to the library. So I go to the library to get stuff done because if I try to get stuff done at home, I'll just do something to avoid doing what I should be doing. So like, I'll go and be like, you were gone for a long time. I'm like, yeah, I'm not kind of used to checking in. And plus, I was at the library, yo. Like, for real. Like, I could be somewhere else. I mean, a lot of other places, but I'm at the library or the gym. I'll take a little while, whatever. I just like to enjoy it if I don't have kids. That's a good one, Esmeralda. Sit on his lap. So I thought about, too, sending him a video of whatever I'm trying to talk to him about if he's distracted. So, I mean, he's on his phone. Or there's something that there's something that my boyfriend would do. Sometimes we'd be out in public and he's like doing something on his phone or whatever. So I'm just like, as soon as the server comes back around, I'm like, yeah, if you don't mind, can I get a box to go? I'm not doing this. I'm not going to sit here while you're in your phone. I'm out. So I think he started to get the hint. He doesn't do it anymore. Rose, lemon, mint, eucalyptus during the day, lavender, orange, and tea tree at night. You're so cute. Your room smells like a psychiatrist's office. Actually, I use peppermint oil for the stink bugs because they don't like, so I put it in my windowsill, so it smells good in my office. That's so funny. We should have some quality time, undivided attention. Yeah, but then Deanna, I'm sure like with your ex, it's like, no, don't go to Al-Anon. Like the idea squashers where it's like, oh God, I'm not on it all the time. And no, here's another one. I have to be on Insta. I use it for my business. It's like, are you doing business all the time? No, when I see you liking a girl in a bikini over there. That's a good one, Esmeralda. That's just pretty darn good. Me too. I have a ton of energy too. Weight training, biking, jogging. I love doing anything fitness related. Anything. Thank you, Esmeralda. I think so too. I mean, we're not even going to talk about it. You know why I'm leaving now, so go ahead. Or sometimes he'd be like, do you want to go out, here? I'm like, if you're not going to bring your phone in, sure. And if you're going to bring your phone in, it's good. I'll just get some DoorDash. Nice keeper. Well, you have to be, so there's different stages of change. If you are in the pre-contemplative, it's like you're not even thinking about it. You could be in the contemplative stage of change where you're thinking about changing or like working out more to get in better shape. Or the active stage of change is actually like having a gym membership and going. Then that's different. But also, you have to find something you like, I think. To me, that's my theory. Because if you dread something, it's going to be like an appointment. You're not going to want to go. So you definitely, like, Planet Fitness to me is like, it's isolating. It's like cheap-ish, but also they lie. They say it's open 24/7. It's not. It's kind of a meat market. Guys like try to hit on you and stuff, but I like the way he worded this. What I think is odd is younger women like rear end sex where the guy is the giver. I'm not into that. Some people are though, and some girls might think that guys are, and that's why they do it. But again, you have to be comfortable with your partner, and that's why sometimes one night stands you can't really get off because you don't feel at ease or comfortable with them. No, you don't have to be into that. I mean, to each its own. Again, I said I like costumes and heels. Maybe not every guy wants that. I don't know. But also, so the 5 love languages, physical affection is a language. A lot of guys do want to hear that, but people misinterpret that for sex. It's not just sex. It's like just being physically affectionate, like hugging someone the instant they come in the door, hugging, kiss, like snuggling, stuff like that. Well, that's an ease into chance. That's definitely, yeah, that's a little here and there, and then like maybe you plan for the grand finale. I don't know. That's just my theory. Yep. Nice. Yeah. Well, Esmeralda, you're an example of you're not going to say you're going to Dallas if you're not going to Dallas. Like either you shape up or we're done. And sometimes it takes a couple toads to find your Prince Charming too. Plus chance, I would say, when in doubt, ask about. You know, hey, do you think this would whatever? Bye, Mike Harper. Hope we didn't scare you away. Little different topic. See ya. Okay, I'm gonna check my Instagram, so I'm gonna try to like not lose you guys. Let's see. Let's try this. I'll be I'm back. I'm sorry. Oh my god, Deanna. I just saw the picture of Dolly. Oh my god, she's so cute. I wish I could share it. I don't know how to do that though. Oh my god, it's really starting to rain out here. Let me put this little umbrella up. Hold on. Oh my gosh, she's the cutest hedgehog ever. Magic drinks. I know. I'm sorry, Keith. I did kick myself off. I'm sorry. I want to check Instagram. There's no questions though about relationships, but there was a cute picture of Dolly, the new hedgehog. I'm gonna get off here in like 10 minutes. So, any other questions about relationships that you want? So, how about I just saw on Instagram too that I guess Heather did get a job inside a bar. I didn't choose Hog Life. Hog Life chose me. Oh my god, she's a doll face. Wait, so you rescued her? From where? Who's like gonna give away a cute little angel like that? Seriously, I'm gonna take a bite out of her. She's so cute. I want to meet them in person really bad. I'm gonna say what Corey says. We've got 18 eyeballs. Don't forget to hit the like. We've got 18 eyeballs. Guys, I really need watch hours. If you could put my playlist on when you go to sleep, that'd be great. So because I really need some money because I'm starting a new job. So I have a little lapse of income, so it's not fun. So if you want to buy me a coffee or a beer or sponsors, look alive, as Heather would say. Has anybody had any like really funny breakup stories? I always say that Olive Garden is where breakups happen. It just seems like the place to go if you want to break up. Like you want to like be polite and nice, but you don't want to spend a whole lot of money. So people go to Olive Garden to break up. I've had a few friends break up at Olive Garden, to be honest. What's jamming? What about you? Do you have any relationship questions or any? Do you need any book recommendations? I'm going to say the Five Love Languages is one that's really. It's like a Bible to me, honestly. I think it's fantastic. It does have a Christian kind of undertone to it because he is a pastor. He's also divorced. Surprise, surprise, plot twist. And he has another book that's called "What I Wish I Would Have Known Before I Got Married." So you were chatting with a local breeder. Oh. So Dolly was given up by a couple who claimed that their new apartment didn't allow hedgehogs. She had a broken foot? How? How on earth? How can you can hide a hedgehog? Seriously? Yes, that is a great book. Did you read the one? So there's five love languages for men. There's the five love languages for like army or military professionals. I'm so glad, Deanna. Thank God. Thank God you got her. Seriously. And now, does Hank get along with her? Oh, no, Keebler, you can't scare Chance. He's not easily scareable, I don't think. I don't think. Um, so the five languages, and then there's a five love languages for children too. If anybody has kids, and it talks about because that makes sense too. Think about it. Some kids want love shown a different way. They want to hear a certain language, and that's the thing that some couples don't realize too. They might be speaking a language that they think the partner wants to hear, but really they don't. So, for instance, even with when I hear people say, "Well, my father didn't love me. All that he did was work and provide." Well, then that's an act of service, and that's how he showed his love. It's not the way you wanted. You might have wanted quality time. You did scare him? Well, it's okay. I feel like he's got tough skin. The breeder's getting divorced and closing shop, so she asked if I'd like to take Dolly. Oh. So they're not gonna mate, are they, Deanna? ADHD hedgehog. Hey, you know what? Maybe they do have ADHD too. ADHD, hedgehog. But I just wonder if they're gonna get along, how that works. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, really? Oh, because she's a pygmy, right? True. I mean, my boyfriend's dog tries with the stuffed animals. Nothing ever comes out of it, but he does a little hump sesh with after he eats sometimes at night with his one dog. He flails him around and then he humps him. It's kind of a weird little relationship. I had to sew him because his neck meat was falling out, his stuffing, so I sewed it for him. Oh, that's kind of cute though. They can kind of watch each other. That's really interesting. She's so cute. You need to get her a new little a little teepee and stuff. Really? That's what Hank does for real? With his toys? That's funny. Hey, I feel like there should be a song hedgehogs have hormones too. Girls are players too. And I did this because it's one of my songs I did. Hedgehogs us. And make cute little memes. Oh, I just want to see them in little you should do little holiday themes and stuff. He's not doing it right now. This blanket. It's so cute. A little horny hedgehog. Yeah, nothing really comes out of it though, huh? At least he gets his frustration out. See, you guys, even hedgehogs choke their hog. Oh, sorry, that was bad. All the way around, that was bad. Aww. You guys, okay, so if I could share, I'm gonna share. Is it okay, Deanna, if I share my post on my channel? The cute little picture of Hank. Fight, hump, cuddle, repeat. It's a love hate. It's very complicated, but at the end of the day, everybody's happy, right? So my boyfriend's dog, my boyfriend will sing this little song. He'll be like, and then he just grabs his animal and starts humping it. It's so weird. Okay, so you guys, I'm going to share a little picture of, maybe I can share both of them, but Deanna's hedgehog. I will post it on my my community post so everybody could see cute little Hank the Humper. Bye, Cooking. It was so nice to have you. Thank you. I'm like the new age, like Ruth, Dr. Ruth. Bye. Good night. Oh, I can't wait to see. I gotta see little Hank. I gotta see him humping something. I know that sounds really weird, but it's true. I sometimes like, and then sometimes if I wipe his dog's obsessed with me now. Literally, he has to be laying by my feet at all times. He is like stuck to me. He's so attached now. So, Hank the Humper. I just did, but but his name's just Hank. Hank the Hedgehog. And it's funny because Deanna's ex-boyfriend, I guess didn't you guys get it together or something? And then they broke up. So she like jokes that she turned him into a hedgehog, which is really funny. And then she just adopted a cute new female one, Keebler, named Dolly, who's really cute. I just saw a picture of her. She has different like color markings, huh? She has like cute little like white belly, it looks like. So I will definitely share a picture of Hank, the little hedgehog, or video. I don't know. I do like little videos of him eating. Where he's like, I'm not into ASMR, but let me tell you, this is the cutest little sound on earth. Any other books that you guys want to suggest for relationships? Bye, Esmeralda. Are you leaving? Oh, I thought you were leaving Tuesday. Hank the Hedgehog Humper song? Yes! Oh, Deanna, she's making you the Hank the Humper Hedgehog song. Oh, after Dolly Parton. Oh my god, I can't wait to see this Hank. This is gonna be good. I can't wait to see the Hank the Hedgehog, the Hedgehog. Oh, that's great. So I'll post some pictures like really quick so that you have at least like a thumbnail too. That's gonna be so fun. Aww. All right, you guys, I'm gonna hop off of here, but it was so fun. I definitely want to do like a part 2 relationship talk. I think this was awesome. Thanks to all my panel members. Thanks to Deanna. Thanks to Keeps, Alicia, Esmeralda, Cooking, One Salmon. Who else? I know we had some other people up here. Let's see. Of course, Chance and Mike Harper. You know, he went to sleep. Oh, Chance and Cedric. Oh, you guys are great. Thank you for coming. And there's another person I think I missed, but okay. A few questions though. Good questions, Chance. Thank you for your great questions. You have to wait for the end of the week. I'm scheduled up until then. Well, of course, we will wait as long as needed for Hank to have his own little song. He has his own little Instagram too, and it's really cute. Oh, hi, Holly. Bye, Holly. Nice to see you briefly. Oh, I miss you, Holly. Okay, so yeah, maybe I'll do this next week. So if you guys have questions or have any recommendations, let me know, and I'm going to put Hank in my little community post. So, good night. Mwah. Chicken heels. Coming Monday, yes. He won't whack you. Can you whack a guy, off a guy, whack off a guy? Because I can't. All right. Bye, guys. I'll see you soon. Mwah.